have got something really cool that I've been experimenting with, and I just had to share. In my research, I've been looking at omega threes, and our brains need omega threes really um, quite quite a lot. And in the U.S., two-thirds of adults don't get enough, and 95% of kids do not get enough omega 3 fatty acids. These are really important for brain development, especially in children. And as I've done research on it, it actually helps with focus, it helps with schoolwork, it helps with just work at home, it helps with your memory, it helps with so many different things, and also other things in your body, like your immune system. And so omega 3 fatty acids are extremely beneficial, and we are just not getting enough. There have been so many different studies talking about the amount of omega 3s that we're getting, and we're getting a ton of omega 6s as a whole, but not enough omega 3s. And they really should be about equal in our diets, but they're not. We're getting so few omega 3s, and we're seeing the effects on our brains. Especially, you can see it especially in children, but then in adults, when you get to, if you haven't had enough omega 3s, you're going to see that in memory decline and dementia and all of those different things. And so we must have omega 3s, and if we're not getting it in our diet, we need to be supplementing. And so one of the things that they do, they help with the cell membranes, particularly in our brain and eyes, and they can lower triglyceride levels, reduce inflammation, improve your cognitive function, protect eye health, potentially improve mental health. And we don't produce omega 3s in our body. So there are some things that are essential for us to get from our diet or even from supplementation if we can't get enough in our diet. And so a lot of people know we get omega 3s from fish, right? Do you know where fish get their omega 3s? They get them from algae. And over the last few years, I've been taking a few different supplements, just playing around with them to see their benefits for me, for my kids, and I know for specific things like focus, getting a lot of omega 3s can really help with focus, and that's one thing that I was really concentrating on. And so I started out taking a supplement called Omega Gize 3, and it has fish oil in it, and it's a good supplement, and I liked it. It has clove in it as well as the omega 3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA, and it's great. I didn't have any complaints about it, but I wanted to find something that was plant-based. And so I went and looked and found a vegan omega-3 supplement, which was from algae. Now, fish get their omega-3s from the algae, and then up the food chain it goes, right? But this algae source was just as fishy tasting as the fish source. And I really did not like the taste of either one of these supplements because they tasted so much like fish. So I would, take them, and then I would have to eat something, or I would have to drink something that gave me a different taste because I didn't like the fishy taste. Even the algae, those omega 3s, they taste a little fishy. But the omega 3 from the algae, I had to take more of them in order to equal the same amount of omega 3s that was in this one, because the total omega 3s is 445 micrograms in this, where it was 200 micrograms in this one. So I had to take double of this, the algae one. And so a week and a half ago, Young Living just released this new omega 3. So it's a green omega. This is from algae. This is completely vegan, and it has the algae plus clove again. And the clove's in there as a stabilizer. It's an antioxidant. It helps so that the oils do not oxidize. and they last longer. So this one has 600 micrograms. So it's got even more than either of the other two supplements. It's got 600 micrograms, and it's got the DHA, it's got the EPA in there. DHA is 330 micrograms, and the EPA is 160 micrograms. And then it's got the clove essential oil from the flowers, and then flaxseed. And if you know the plant-based world, you know that flaxseed is a good source of omega-3, the ALA form of the omega-3s. And our bodies do take ALA, and they convert less than 5% into the DHA and EPA. So it's the conversion process of our bodies really isn't that efficient. And we need the DHA and EPA for our brains. And so this one, the carrier oil that's in this omega-3 is flaxseed. So it's got all three. And then it has the clove to help it taste better and to help stabilize it. Well, when I just had to taste it. So these are not meant to be chewed, but I had to, because you can smell, like I was smelling the difference between them. And these two are really, really fishy. This is mildly fishy when you smell it. And I wanted to see what it tasted like if I bit into it. And so I did. And at first it has a little bit of a fishy taste, but then after that, you taste the clove. It's quite pleasant. I was very, very surprised that this one doesn't have a nasty fishy taste. I didn't have to drink or eat anything right after, and it was very pleasant. I'm super happy with this. It's got so much of the omega-3s, plus it doesn't have that aftertaste, and it's got the ALA as well as the DHA and EPA. And so this one, now I haven't started taking it yet, but once I start taking it, I'll give you an update. But this one is fabulous. I am super happy with it from all the different things I've read about it. And this is a vegan or vegetarian, or those who are allergic to fish can take this. And it's also free from things like contaminants, mercury that fish will have when you eat the fish. And it's sustainable, it's environmentally friendly, it doesn't contribute to overfishing. And that's why I was looking for an algae supplement in the first place. But this one is way better than the one that I was taking before. So I just had to let you guys know that, because this one's a super good omega-3, and everyone should be supplementing with omega-3s. It doesn't matter what your diet is, unless you're eating fish on a daily basis. And I actually wouldn't recommend that because of the mercury and the other contaminants and the overfishing. Then you should be taking an omega-3 supplement, because you're just not getting it in your diet. It's just not happening in our country. We just don't get enough. And so supplementation is crucial. And if you have any kids, or if you yourself suffer from any lack of focus or any memory issues, this is going to be something that will really help boost your focus and your memory and even your immune system. So just had to share that with you, because I'm super happy about this one, and I can't wait to try it. I will talk to you